of Firhill with a great atmosphere is ringing right round the three sides of this ground. Over half a century has elapsed since the closest of Glasgow neighbours have faced each other in major cup competition in consecutive years. A replay was required to prize them apart last season. Tonight we play to a conclusion. Rangers League form has been bright, that's been expected. Thistle's form too has been illuminating, and a good few watch-over for start that Ian McCaw would have anticipated back in July. Last time Papac played Rangers, the previous match was against Morton, so it was again. This time they went one better by winning. Two changes, Willie Kinniburgh and David Gray drop out. In comes Simon Donnelly and Kevin McKinlay.
Yeah, Thistle going with a 4-5-1, but you know, they'll be trying to turn it into a 4-3-3. A big job for Gary Harkins tonight. Sometimes he plays in wide areas, and the players kick onto him and he wins the ball. He's good in the air. But Matt Roberts, lone striker, he's the one that's got to get forward and support him tonight.
For Rangers, they make three changes from the side. The one on Ibrox against Motherwell. Out go Beasley, Dailly and Kenny Miller. The latter is injured. In come Papac, Novo and Jean-Claude Darcheville.
Rangers just playing so well, different style to last year, and it's all through Mendes. He just gets the ball, he's a great passer, great vision, and they'll be hoping that he's on top form tonight to create chances for the front two.
And on the bench this evening, Damon Gray, who scored in the Scottish Cup tie at Ibrox, we're 16. Well, Billy mentioned it, it's a big night for Gary Harkins. But to come through and support Mark Roberts. He's been playing well so far this season. He's got 4 goals and scored at the weekend. And number 4 for Rangers, Pedro Mendes, 1 goal. That came against Celtic, which made him an instant hero. But his form so far this season has been great. And the Rangers fans welcome him here. Our referee, Steve Conroy, who was entrusted with a couple of key games down the stretch in the SPL last season, takes charge tonight. It's his first look at both these teams. Cooperative Insurance Cup third round action live on the BBC and Partick Thistle to get us underway. Rowson immediately puts it out wide and headed away by Broadfoot. Kevin McKinlay trying to press up on the Scottish international. Back it goes on to Maxwell. And John Robertson will help it out wide. Rowson trying to take the touch away from Mendes. Mendes very clever, just tried to use the back. The referee wasn't being fooled by that. Forward onto Mark Roberts. Drifts the ball off onto Rowson. Slowly back in field onto John Robertson. Robertson flicked it forward, that's too high. That's easy stuff for David Weir. There's Chris Boyd, hero of the final last season. Mendes quickly onto Darcheville. Mendes out wide. He's not popular in that turnover around these parts. That's a lovely little ball off. Papac making the run. And then just a little tug, Simon Storey. He seemed to have developed in the last season or so this willingness to come forward, Cesar Papac.
Yeah, he's got a free rein to get forward, and Rangers passing the ball well. He can time his runs, but in that occasion Storey did really well, tucked himself in, followed the run all the way. Good challenge.
Smith looks on, won the trophy 4 times, wouldn't mind winning it a 5th. Never easy to defend your trophy. That's precisely what they're going to do. Rangers' first game after winning the League Cup last season was against Partick Thistle. The first game in defence of the trophy tonight, also against the Jags. So McKeown loses out. Boyd. Davis has made a great run at the back post, but it's a poor ball across, and John Robertson can clear it. Mark Roberts waits for it. Held it up well. Gary Harkins trying to get in the advanced role. And Thomson doing the spoiling. Well, McCoy stole us. Rangers were going for it at high tempo from the start. And the call told us Partick Thistle wouldn't be holding back. And a very interesting start to this match. Header won well by Maxwell. Breaks down to Rowson. Storey. On to John Robertson. It's just 1 match so far this season. Well, Kevin McKinlay neatly down. Here comes Gary Harkins. Harkins making the move. Harkins still going. Tries to go through Broadfoot. Does so. Great play from Harkins. Drives it across. It was missed by Simon Donnelly. Just couldn't connect. Comes out to Rowson. Rowson's shot just flashes wide. Good start from home team.
Well, that's the thing that Ian McCall was talking about. You know, it's McKinlay. Harkins picking it up there, but McKinlay eventually gets the ball, and they're getting their wide players forward. It's McKinlay, and then it's Donnelly with the final shot. But it's a great chance. And then Rowson with a strike there, but he pulls it well wide. But at least, you know, out the midfield, they're getting Harkins forward, McKeown forward, McKinlay forward, and Donnelly forward.
Partick Thistle forward through Twaddle from the Rangers youth. Davis onto Boyd. Here's Darcheville. Back onto Davis once more. Infield onto Mendes. Mendes onto Nacho Novo. Through the Blue Boys. Papac. Onto Davis. Drag back on the right foot. Oh, that's played neatly onto Papac. That's so Partick Thistle. Back onto Nacho Novo. Davis will go for the shot. It took a slight deflection, I thought. Tuffey diving wide. And happy to see it go wide.
It's poor defending from Storey, and just ball watches. It's a lovely little pick out. Pull back to Novo, just leaves it for Davis. He drags it wide on top of that, but Storey, poor defending because he just ball watches two of them. But in Storey, he's got to match Papac's run. He doesn't do so. Rangers create a chance.
Well, first angle, it looked like John Robertson got a touch on it, as you saw from the straight on. It just went past the number 4 for Partick Thistle. Hackled and hustled. Gary Harkins going a little bit too enthusiastically for the referee's liking. He's just having a little word. We'll get on his League Cup debut. Back on to Neil Alexander. One again by Boyd. Darcheville breaking through as Mendes. There's a bit of space for Pedro Mendes. Has to check, played out wide. Nacho Novo's there. Steps in on the right foot, goes for the curl. It's very tame and it's very easy for Johnny Tuffey.
I think you see the type of game it's going to be. Just slick passing, good running, good movement from both teams. And at this time it's Rangers. Mendes out to Novo. He just brings it inside, curls it, just can't get enough purchase on it to take it away from Tuffey.
They don't like him around here, you know.
Sign of a good player, Paul.
Partick Thistle. Forward with McKinlay, loses out. Mendes plays it forward. Robertson on the chase, so he fluffed it, got away with it. Away, there has been a goal so far in the Cooperative Insurance Cup third round. It's come at Kilmarnock, and it's Kilmarnock 1, Aberdeen 0. Connor Salmon getting on the score sheet there. A goal so far in a live match as Neil Alexander getting his chance. That brings pressure too for the goalkeeper. You know, one mistake, he could be right back out the side. Looking for Darcheville. He wins it. Novo's got the pace against Storey. Well, Simon Storey's had a tough time of it on the Partick Thistle right so far.
Yeah, when it's flicked on, he's maybe just give himself an extra yard because he knows Novo's quick. We've already seen that he can ball watch, but you know, when the ball's up in the air, certainly give himself a yard because Novo is quick, and you can see there he's been done for pace.
Away by Tuffey. Roberts against Bougherra. Roberts did exceptionally well, trying to knock the ball down onto Simon Donnelly. Rowson. Rowson again. Sends it for the chasing figure. Now Steve McKeown. McKeown's played in both the League Cup ties so far this season for Partick Thistle. They had to get past Forfar, and they did so by 4 goals to 3, and they went up to Danes, a very good win, 2-1. They've struggled in the Cup so far this season, and just making their entry to the competition at this stage. They were in Europe. Harkins delightfully inside. That's a delicate cross. Novo will try and grab the ball away. Shouts for handball. Darcheville brings it down, but he's conceded. Rowson battling in the middle there. Mendes sends it wide. McKinlay has a look. The offside flag has stayed down. Chris Boyd goes for it. Well, the Partick Thistle back line are furious. It was a simple ball out over the top from the back. Chris Boyd looked to be offside, but again, if you look out wide, Storey was there.
Well, I'm saying Storey give debt, but not on that occasion. It's not on his side. It's another side. Good through ball. Storey's playing him on side. Maxwell tries to step up. Boyd's in, but he can't get a good shot away. He takes a great touch, can't get out his feet. Straight to the goalkeeper.
They've won a corner, Rangers. Chris Boyd had that chance moments ago. You look immediately across, and then suddenly you just see that lone figure on the far side, and you think, what's he doing?
Just the 4 yards on side.
Stephen Davis. Bougherra comes forward, scoops it high over the bar. Yet to add goal scoring as a talent as a Rangers player, but he's settled in nicely, ever present since he's arrived. And he looks fairly decent at centre half alongside David Weir.
Nice, quick, powerful. Carlos Queller, well gone now. He just stepped right into his shoes, and you know, I'm not saying he's as good at passing the ball, but quick, strong, aggressive. That's all you want to be first as a defender.
Well, the Rangers, the 22 players who started the Scottish Cup replay last season, the only one no longer with either club is the aforementioned Carlos Cuellar. Broadfoot wants some movement, gets it from Davis. Broadfoot above the level of the stand, dropping down. McKinlay battling in there, simply away from Thomson. Mendes, that'll be a high field against them. There's been an equaliser at Rugby Park. Aberdeen through Gary McDonald have equalised, so 2 goals in the opening minutes at Rugby Park. That match on BBC Radio Scotland, it were on Beach and Wave. Forward comes Donnelly, tries to find McKinlay, trying to battle in there again. Broadfoot, Alexander has to react fairly quickly. Mendes, that's clever. On to Boyd, closed down well, and allowed Maxwell to come through. Took the ball in the man. Partick Thistle. Well, they're not putting the ball out of play. Interesting to see if Broadfoot does. Well, just how well was he caught, Pedro Mendes?
Yeah, he caught a sore one. He gets the ball clearly, as you see, Maxwell, but it's not the best ball by Boyd. Just leaves it there for Maxwell to win it, but his trailing leg just catches Mendes, and he does take a sore one.
It's a typical one. The defender's coming through, he's looking forward, he's looking at the ball, and almost like he doesn't care that the man's alongside him. He's gone to ground to win it.
Go and win it. Simple as that.
McKinlay doing the decent thing. Bougherra trying to play over the top. The goalkeepers come out. And Robertson makes the header, and then there's a word with his goalkeeper. Very tight from Partick Thistle. Kevin McKinlay. McKinlay going the scenic route. The Storey, slightly more direct. Which couldn't get there. Papac puts it over his shoulder. Neat takedown by Novo. Rangers finding space through Kurt Broadfoot. Davis to Darcheville. Across once more by Mendes. Delightful Novo waits. Darcheville and Boyd shark into the box. The delivery is the killer, and it kills the move.
Just a bit, but again, it's Novo getting himself free. But Storey held a good line that time. You know, you can see the balls coming to his side. He takes a good line. He's able to track him back. And Novo's cross not the best, as we did see. But it's over his head. You see him covering now. He's there. He gets himself in the right position. Forces Novo in the pitch. It's a bad cross.
Delightful pass by Pedro Mendes. Folk at play last night. It's 17 passes knocked together for their opening goal. There's been some good football going around. Here's Broadfoot. Moves it away from Davis. Mendes waits, not ill effect to the challenge from Maxwell. Broadfoot takes his time, aims it towards Boyd. Maxwell right in behind him. Good play from Boyd, held up, found Davis. And Storey will intercept. Roberts out-huckled that time by Kevin Thomson. Thomson through to Darcheville. It's a delightful pass again. Darcheville just trying to slip it in. Don't think he was shooting there. He was just trying to bring Boyd into the action. Perhaps he should have gone for it. Thistle, McKinlay doesn't keep it in. The assistant referee Brian McGarry puts his flag up, and I think there's about 1,000 assistant referees wearing yellow and red who disagree.
Yeah, I think you can see the pace that Rangers are playing at though. It's Roberts who's caught in the ball, and it's a great through ball. If he just gets a little bit more touch on it, Boyd's in for a strike, but good covering round, but you can't take that chance. Roberts being caught in the central area, and you know Rangers are playing, McCoy spoke about it pre-match. He was saying we're going to play with a pace, a purpose, and Rangers are doing exactly that.
Thistle having to work hard in all departments. Rangers 2 through Papac now. Broadfoot being closed down by Twaddle. Novo onto Papac again. He tries to meet that run again. He's behind Storey. Novo plays it across. He's not finding his men, but I'll tell you what, he's finding the space.
I know I keep on going on about Simon Storey, but if you see the way when the ball's played, he follows the ball. You've got to be the man when you do that. If somebody plays the ball, you man, you can only do something about your man. You can't do anything about the ball. The ball watches again, it's nipped in behind him, but again it's a poor cross from Novo, but there's certainly joy to be had over that far side.
Oh, a bit of crossing. Rangers could be a couple ahead, as it is. Novo's yet to find and fine-tune his supply. Twaddle back into Ian Maxwell. They're pushing forward to Mark Roberts. And Alexander, pretty horrible stuff. McKinlay goes up, so too does Broadfoot. They both have no idea where the ball is. And Broadfoot played her away. Did he get caught late? Not according to referee Steve Conroy. Well, Partick Thistle thought they had this.
It's a Rangers free kick, certainly not a Rangers throw in. He's showing his studs there, but certainly if he's not going to give the free kicks, a Thistle throw in.
Broadfoot forward, dealt with again by Maxwell. Thomson heading up. There's been another goal at Rugby Park. They're having fun down there tonight. It's come for David Fernandez after 12 minutes. It's Kilmarnock 2, Aberdeen 1. Together, bowled slightly by Harkins, but he won the header. It's down onto Roberts. Roberts tries to lay it off McKeown. Donnelly nips in there. Oh, wide it goes onto McKinlay. McKinlay has Twaddle on the overlap. That might open up some space. Back onto Simon Donnelly. Oh, dink ball in. Bougherra dealt with it. Donnelly plays it through again. The offside flag goes up. Steve McKeown is taking it too far. Mark Roberts applying the final touch.
Just gone too early. McKeown, I think he's on line. I don't think it's offside. But what a pass from Donnelly. You know, he could just help it into the box. He doesn't. He spots McKeown. He's definitely onside. Poor decision.
John Gilmore on that far side. I'd rather have my job than his. Here comes Darcheville. Doesn't do enough. Storey slips in. Forward it goes, headed on by Weir. Darcheville again trying to get up there. And he's fouled. Last 4 appearances, Jean-Claude Darcheville has been from the bench. Had a chance to start tonight. Kenny Miller injured. Calf injury, doesn't play. Mendes looking for Davis. Twaddle jumped alongside him. Darcheville at all sorts of time. So too Gary Harkins. Harkins taking on Bougherra. He's got a man wide. Sliding challenge by Novo. Delayed it. Donnelly onto McKeown. McKeown tried to get away from Novo. Good play from Novo. Well, he's not afraid to track back, Novo. Wasn't in the 16 for the final last season. It's the start tonight. Donnelly closed down by Thomson. Well, he said this week in the press that he doesn't particularly like this competition. He's not been overly lucky. He didn't use some in the final last year. Did get a taste of it with Hibs. It was a very sour and bitter taste of the final. On to Broadfoot. Vocal home support enjoying what they're seeing so far in the opening 18 minutes. Partick Thistle unbeaten in the last 3, although they have conceded in the last 2. Weir long looking for Novo. Gets the better again. And Storey played it infield for Boyd. Darcheville just using his size and bulk to edge away David Rowson. At least there's the decency to smile about it.
Yeah, he's always got a big smile, John Claude Darcheville, but I think Rangers sense Novo's the man in that wide area. You know, that time it's Simon Storey can do nothing about it, because this time he sees it coming, he's given himself depth, but Novo's so quick and gives him just a yard and beats him by 2. He just can't produce that final cross.
Weir takes it away. Oh, it's a poor pass. Twaddle reaches in. Maxwell just left it a couple of inches short. And now Twaddle goes on the run. Going to Donnelly. Thistle trying patiently to come down the left-hand side. Gary Harkins just overruns it. Ian McCall. And McCoy gets the birthday headlines. Ian McCall will blow out the candles next week.
I think you'll be looking at that situation. I think Simon Storey over there, certainly one of the central defenders, especially John Robertson, maybe could edge, give a little bit of depth, but you know, Simon Storey's certainly got to give depth, and when it's you can see the pass coming, you know, you can see what's going to hit your side. If it's not, you give a good line. When you see that it's playing your side, make sure you give yourself a couple of yards. He's having a hard time at it just now, but certainly the centre half could be helping him out as well, just edging over that side early doors.
Storey. He's having to work hard, Novo in there.
His movement's good though, he's not just going round the outside, you know, he's standing there, he's waiting for it to be built up, and then he's coming from out to in, and he's going in between the right back and the centre half sometimes. The movement's good, hard to cover.
They're looking for help from John Robertson as well. Here comes Broadfoot. Broadfoot up against McKinlay. On to Davis. 1-2. Does it come off? There's been another goal at Rugby Park. I think it's becoming a catchphrase. Mary Twaddle has scored after 70 minutes from the penalty spot. 3-1 Killie.
Defence is certainly not on top there, but you know, Twaddle's a good player and playing really well this season. Watched him on a few occasions, really is standing out now. He's got a penalty against Celtic. It's on the score sheet again tonight. Weir. That's wide on to Novo. Darcheville makes the run. Robertson's across, slides it on to Storey. Storey down all as far as Papac. Harkins fancies that, takes it away from Thomson. Harkins, little shimmy. Papac takes him down, and referee Steve Conroy awards the free kick. It's a definite free kick, and we highlighted him, and I'll tell you what, he's certainly having a good game, because he ain't just staying central either. You've found yourself out to the left, the right. He's picking up second balls, and he's having a run with it, and he's scoring a good foul here.
Still only 23, Gary Harkins, and he still harbour dreams of SPL football. Free kick into the box, he easily headed away. Where's header? Thanks for Darcheville. Comes Davis. Mendes and Broadfoot now bursting down the right hand side. Broadfoot across. Important header by Donnelly. Where does it fall? It falls to Kevin Thomson. And they rather snatched far too quickly at it. He had placed his left hand side.
He did, but it's how quick Rangers are breaking on him again. And it's the old fullbacks one, the only one up front, so Papac, and this time Broadfoot getting on it all night. Gets a good cross in, headed out, and Thomson just doesn't meet it right, but it's the speed of the break that's happening.
Rangers half a dozen attempts on goal. It took 27 minutes to break the deadlock. The last time they were here, Novo, the player who did so, Mendes, and send it on to Novo. Right foot onto Davis. Mendes across the carpet. to Papac. Should be cleared by John Robertson. They're starting to look comfortable. There's McGregor. And closed down by Harkins. That's good play from Simon Donnelly. Didn't give Sasa Papac a moment. Well, he had that chance early where he rather swiped at it. Missed the penalty against Rangers in the Scottish Cup tie. He's got a weak point to prove, Simon Donnelly. Davis. Bougherra. Davis once more. Good foot to foot. And to Broadfoot. McKinlay comes across. Did his job shepherding it out of play. And Broadfoot and McKinlay. You're not swapping phone numbers, that's for sure.
But that's how to defend. You see McKinlay never takes his eye off Broadfoot. The ball goes inside, it's got down the corner, and he's only got eyes. Broadfoot's the man. Maybe young Simon Storey take a leaf out his book. Just must match the man, nothing else. Forget the ball.
Tuffey. That's that time. Back again by Rowson. Davis again looks up, he's looking left. Boyd's moved round the corner! And that's a sensational strike in a competition he just adores. Sumptuous from Chris Boyd.
That's absolutely scary, that strike. I mean, it's a great pass, first and foremost. But you're looking at and thinking, that's a great pass. But what a ridiculous strike. It's just left foot, not his favoured. You know Davis has got this in him. Lovely diagonal, he's got to watch all the way. John Robertson's struggling, but to meet it with that contact, that's just ridiculous.
The pass was wonderful, but the finish, well, it's simply something to be admired. Johnny Tuffey flung himself across. Well, he had no chance, absolutely no chance. He couldn't have hit that any better. Partick Thistle 0, Rangers 1. Chris Boyd, the hero of the final. He scored in 3 of the 4 matches the Rangers played last season in this competition, and he's back on the mark again tonight.
I think he's enjoying his game. I've been watching him closely where, you know, one thing that does let him down is sometimes his link-up play, but he's been holding the ball up tonight, taking 1 or 2 touches, but just to top that off, what a goal.
Darcheville. There's the ball across. And here comes Storey. He's going to try and change the narrative of the match so far. Partick Thistle 0, Rangers 1. Here comes Gary Harkins. Harkins has got McKinlay outside him. Can try and play this across. Needs a good ball. McGregor was there, and then Davis. Partick have to be better. It was one of the sort of looping crosses, just invited a defensive header. Thrown that time by Robertson. Thomson gives it away to Donnelly. McKeown. Well, he's certainly reading the wrong story that time. Back inside, McKeown once more. To Mark Twaddle being urged forward. McKinlay in field, Gary Harkins. McKeown's made a great run up to the edge of the box. Good turn! Wonderful play from Partick Thistle. Neil Alexander, who's not been overworked, brings himself into the action. Fine save.
Well, that's a good thing because Harkins has pulled short. It's him that's on the ball. And then just McKeown takes off, gets himself to the edge of the area. It's a great turn and a great strike. A fine save by Neil Alexander.
Thistle's first corner is a very, very poor one. Kind of thing just drives managers nuts.
It does, believe me. But I'm just looking at it. It's a good balance he McCall's got in midfield there because, as we say, Harkins, when he's coming short, one of them's taking off, whether it's Rowson or McKeown that time. It's a good balance because it's not just the 3 of them in a line, one of them or 2 of them are getting forward at times.
Well, Thistle took the lead at Ibrox in the Scottish Cup last season. Rangers equalised within 2 minutes. Thistle threw Harkins on to McKeown, nearly did the same. They will take heart. Donnelly. Rangers very strong. Papac onto Mendes. Darcheville makes the run. It goes out wide onto Novo. Novo, shepherded by 2. It's a poor ball across. Gary Harkins picks up, thinks about playing Robertson. That come off the elbow of Papac. Tell you what, Ian McCall thought so on the far side. You could see him jumping up and down there. Maxwell read the pass forward. Rowson gives his teammates the shout. Harkins forward. Loses out that time. Davis. Little flick on to Mendes. Darcheville nonchalant back to the Portuguese. Darcheville wanted to take it for a walk, didn't take the ball with him. Storey could read that ahead in action. Novo. It's been another goal at Rugby Park. I kid you not. It's now 3-2. Aberdeen have pulled a goal back. Lee Miller from the penalty spot. I wouldn't like to be a defender down there with Jimmy Calder and Jim Jeffries coming in at half-time. Thomson all day on that far side. Mendes in field. Papac forward. It was important for John Robertson because he bit late, he had to play it. If not, Darcheville was through. Darcheville lays the ball off onto Davis. Davis has got a good shot on him from that kind of distance. Comes there, plays it on to Broadfoot, closed down by Twaddle. Broadfoot knocked it across, that's important, header away. And John Robertson. And Mark Twaddle is being eased away by Kirk Broadfoot. Another match taking place this evening. Is at Motherwell and Hamilton, a Lanarkshire derby, 0-0 so far. Boyd clumped from behind by Ian Maxwell. Very quickly taken indeed, Thomson. So Broadfoot was down by McKinlay, he'll get a second chance. Broadfoot with the step over, finds space, cuts back, drives to the line once more. He's loving his football this season, Kirk Broadfoot.
You can just see it, you know, people did know him as an out-and-out defender at something, and then just taking off, getting his Scotland cap, getting his goal, now he's dribbling. What's happening in the world?
Be a credit crunch next. Davis swings it across, Thistle defend, here comes Mendes! Important block wide. I think it was John Robertson that got there. Well, Mendes could certainly melt them from the edge of the box.
Yeah, it's cleared out, but one thing I did notice, Thistle, nobody at the edge of the box. Usually we'll stick maybe 2 or even 1 man there just to go and close the ball. They don't. False that man Mendes, and they'll know what he can do.
Davis played it in, it was headed down by Bougherra. Storey goes out against Darcheville. Darcheville on to Novo. Papac looks up, there's his option. Boyd waits for it. But we come down for Broadfoot. Poor header by Twaddle. Broadfoot sends it wide. Jean-Claude Darcheville. First touch is poor, second touch is better. Closed down. Again, just knocked away by Gary Harkins. Thistle trying to soak up too much pressure. And just looking for the cracks that are starting to appear. Should Thistle come out a little bit more?
Sitting really deep. And it's a shame for Simon Storey that one of the occasions there, because Novo moved inside. Mendes did go outside, and he's got the problem. Did I stay with Mendes? Did I go with Novo? He followed Novo in and they gave it to Mendes. Just need to squeeze a higher line, try and close the space, because Rangers are getting a lot of space to play in front of them.
Well, the possession, only 60% Rangers. Surrounded that time by Bougherra.
It's all 4 of them, Paul. You know, it's not just Simon Storey, it's Robertson, Maxwell, Twaddle, all try to 5 yards. It's an unbelievable difference.
This will have some space, played out wide. Rowson on to Roberts. Not much chance to sparkle so far. And there's no way forward. Mark Twaddle, it's hard into the box. It wasn't well defended by Weir. Mendes is there, and then Thomson. Storey reads that pass, finds some space. Looks up, tries to get it into the box quickly. Simon Donnelly brings it down, lays it off. McKeown! 1-1! It's a brilliant finish across the goalkeeper. And the Jacks go wild.
It's another brilliant goal, you have to say. And it all starts from that man Simon Storey. Not great defensively, but lovely ball into Donnelly. Picks up, reads the situation, gets himself in a wide area. Picks out a lovely pass, doesn't he? I think Simon Donnelly tries to lay that off. It pops up on him. Lovely little layoff. What we're talking about, one of those midfielders, Steve McKeown. And on the right-hand side, great strike, right into the far corner. No chance for Alexander.
Great technique. Knocked it across. There may have been a tickle of the glove. And Steve McKeown gets his 5th goal of the season. He's now Partick Thistle's top goal scorer on his own. And he enjoyed that cup tie on.
Not like Rangers, not giving away a lot of possession tonight, but that occasion, poor passing. Simon Storey right onto it, lovely pass, lovely goal. Two of the best goals you've seen.
Well played across, turned away by Robertson. Was at Falkirk Queen of the South last night, so a couple of great goals. Neil McCann, Stuart Keane, Steve Lovell scoring as well. Two quality strikes tonight. Partick Thistle 1, Rangers 1. Boyd for Rangers, 2 for Thistle. Rangers do tend to strike back quickly. Tuffey will sit there against Darcheville. It's dropping down. And just thumped away by McKeown.
The man at the edge of the box again, the one before they didn't have him there. I think they realised this time Mendes got an easy strike the corner before. That time McKeown, after his goal back there, defending well the edge of his box.
They'll flick through. Nacho Novo. Storey is the wrong side of him that time. Novo throws it back onto Papac. Robertson heads it away. Thistle haven't conceded more than a single goal in any of the last 6 matches. Back on level terms here. Mark Roberts, former Airdrie United forward. And Ian McCall will be absolutely delighted with his side. Weathered that storm, we mentioned it. Rangers had a lot of possession, Billy. Could have put the game to bed perhaps, but Thistle rode out the storm, and then what a reply. Moving forward again, here comes Harkins. Big influence on the game. Twaddle looks up, McKinlay wanted it. Twaddle will go for the cross. Broadfoot for the block. And suddenly for Hill, it's a different place.
It's great character from Thistle. Go a goal down, it's hard enough against Rangers at best of times when you're level, but go a goal down to show that sort of character has been brilliant. Harkins been huge play for him.
McKeown hooks it high. McGregor brings it down. Mendes away. Rowson was sitting. It's a decent ball across again by McKeown. Didn't quite fall the way that Maxwell wanted it. Rangers. Broadfoot looks ahead of him. Darcheville making the run down the right. Davis waits. It's just overhits. Time once more for my catchphrase of the evening. There's been a goal at Rugby Park. 4-2. It is now. Connor Salmon scored for the 2nd time.
Tradition's winding us up, isn't it?
Walter Smith doesn't quite see the funny side of things at the moment. His side, we're on top, but Thistle have hit them. And that's a lovely little ball through. Simon Donnelly, Bougherra comes across, gets the touch. Lightning quick there. Don't want to concede anything. And eventually has to knock it out of play. Had no support. And Thistle are applying the pressure.
Brilliant from those two. Donnelly talked about his intelligence. Great return pass from Matt Roberts a couple of years ago, Simon, maybe.
I think this will half a dozen cup ties now for the season. They've not got a blemish on the record. They've already got 1 semi-final appearance. League Challenge Cup, which in the last 4 for the first time in their history. Away by Thomson, Darcheville. Robertson came across, it was picked up by Mendes. Good tracking back by Rowson. Wasn't too bad a ball either by Mendes, who rarely wastes one. Broadfoot. On to Mendes. Comes Davis. Foot forward again. Good play for McKinlay. Forward by Mark Twaddle. Mendes, a nice touch. Broadfoot. And then a pass, Mark Twaddle. They found a renewed vigour with Partick Thistle. David Weir. Papac again. Novo, he's away. Robertson has to come out, that's why Storey tucks inside. Roberts, was he being fouled? Referee Conroy not interested. Everybody battling for it there, scrapping in the midfield. Mark Roberts emerges. Onto Donnelly, clever pass onto McKeown, gets it back again. Donnelly holding off his man, and then the foul from David Weir.
It's not just great spirit from Thistle, great passing as well. You know, they're getting in and about it, they're winning a lot of tackles and they're coming away with the ball, but then the passing has been brilliant as well, as you see for the goal.
The Rangers haven't played too badly either. McKinlay. Those who scored 4 against Thistle. Nice ground score for Ross County. Ball played in, Harkins went for it. Fortunate deflection on Bougherra. Player on to Darcheville. Darcheville up against Storey. He's got the pace. Storey has to get in front of him. Darcheville stays up. He rolls it across. This should be. Well, I didn't quite say Novo must score, but I could have done.
It's all from the corner. Storey doesn't get the right side. Doing no Darcheville's blistering pace. Feel sorry for Simon Storey again because it's Darcheville this time outrunning him, pulls it back. And you know what happens with Nacho Novo? You don't give him time to think about it. He scores, and you give him a few seconds. Those sort of things happen.
I think he had a few minutes by the look of that finish. Well, Nacho Novo scored against Motherwell at the weekend for his first goal of the season. Should have had a second.
Great play from Darcheville. I mean, unselfish, strong, powerful. Storey chasing him. It's a lovely pull back as well. He could have gone all the way himself, but he doesn't. He's unselfish, pulls it back. Chance gone.
Just can't keep it in. Four minutes to half time. The League Cup holders, they've now won it 25 times. One apiece against Partick Thistle. It's been 6 years since Partick Thistle beat a side from the top flight in this competition. And they were SPL themselves at the time, and they beat Dundee. Harkins plays the ball off onto Donnelly. Storey's made the run. Novo comes back. Storey almost got in there. We'll get a second chance to lay it off to the goal scorer. There's McKeown. McKeown pokes it through, just too far for Donnelly. And Thomson down the line onto Novo. Mendes wanted it, it's gone way past him. Number 4. Storey to flick it through. Storey plays it across. And Thistle enjoying some possession inside the Rangers half. They'll be praying they can get to half time without conceding. Rangers have that nasty habit of sneaking up on you just before the interval. Mark Twaddle into McKinlay. Forward again. And Maxwell can head the ball away. Harkins flicks it on. Bougherra. You can do took it out of play. We've talked about Partick Thistle, Billy. What do Rangers do differently?
It's an open game and they started really well. Obviously the goal stunted them a little bit, but still finding a lot of space and still playing. They just got to keep it going. They know at some point with the pace they're playing at and the types of players Davis and Mendes are, they're going to create chances.
Harkins looking for Twaddle. Twaddle might get the better of Broadfoot, but Broadfoot is strong. Good play again. Gets the head up, looks to see where to play it. And doesn't deliver as he should have done on Rowson. Knocks it off the ever busy Stephen Davis. Partick Thistle starting to enjoy a little bit more possession, narrowing the gap. Most importantly for them, they're level and gone behind. McKinlay into the infield, all the way through to Neil Alexander. He's made one good save, could do very little about the goal. Twaddle, just a judge to be leaning into Stephen Davis. Referee Conroy, pretty good so far, just staying in the background, making the calls. Chris Boyd, looking for yet another goal in this competition. He's already scored his 7th. This is his 6th appearance for Rangers in the League Cup. Fired across, shout for the goalkeeper. Well, the defence shouted for him, he responded in kind. A good take by Johnny Tuffey. Well, he's not asking about the birthday cake. With no additional time to be played. Partick Thistle through Harkins, trying to spice Rangers before the break. Good tracking back, but he's away from Thomson still. Harkins, just too many Rangers players round him. Mendes knocks it on to Thomson. Thomson knocked over by Donnelly, free kick. I think Walter Smith will be quite happy that half-time will come. He can just have one or two words, a little bit of thought about what perhaps he wants to do.
Yeah, his team started well, and I don't think he'll be rushing to change anything too much, because there was a period in the game where they were really comfortable, playing really well. Just a goal sometimes stops you in your tracks, and that's exactly what's happened. It's
to be one of the final 10 seconds from number 10. He wasn't far away. Johnny Tuffey saw it. The shot from Novo was a strong one. Papac, infield, the referee looks at his watch and the whistle goes. Half-time in the Cooperative Insurance Cup, 3rd round. And Chris Boyd, he scored plenty for Rangers, not many better than the one he opened the scoring with. His 75th Rangers goal is one for the collection. Steve McKeown too, a delightful strike on the angle. They're the goal scorers, let's see how they did it. Davis delightfully across, Boyd on the left foot, beautiful, ran it down the boots, no wonder he had a big smile on his face. Sometimes finishes just don't get any better than that. And then knocked on Donnelly, and McKeown on the angle drive past Neil Alexander. And that's why at a half-time at Firhill, it's Partick Thistle 1, Rangers 1. We've seen a couple of great goals. And we'll palliate to a conclusion tonight. Partick Thistle can get goals from just about anywhere. 11 of the 17 outfield players used in the 12 matches before tonight have been on the score sheet. And Ian McCall wants men to move forward, get forward, and that's the result. And Rangers to try and get men forward. 10 players sharing the 14 goals they've scored this year. Chris Boyd with 4, and Kenny Miller, who's got a calf injury and doesn't play tonight, with a couple. Good early play by Thistle. Donnelly into Storey to check his run. Donnelly again to McKeown. Storey was there just to really get it on the angle. Papac should get in there. And Simon Donnelly coming in from behind. Free kick going against them. So no changes to either lineup. Rangers bringing in Papac, Novo and Jean-Claude Darcheville for this one. Harkins heads it on, but Thomson should get there. All legs for sure, Billy Dodds. Both managers will want the teams to start the pace, take the game by the scruff of the neck and really dictate the play.
Yeah, I think the game, the first half started that way. Rangers were right up for it. Boys were saying in the studio, winning a lot of tackles, great midfield play, but full marks to Thistle. You know, they got themselves up, got the back line up, got their midfield up on the game, started winning things and got forward from there and eventually get the equaliser. So I think, you know, Ian McCall will be well happy at half time. Walter Smith will just be saying, look, just get back to what we were doing at the start of the match.
McCall guided his side to a replay last season. Wasn't happy conceding so quickly. The Rangers having taken the lead at Ibrox as Harkins just takes down Novo, gets back to his feet. Tonight it's been Partick Thistle who've pulled Rangers back. Interchange, sees Davis with a bit of space with McKeown nips in. Papac on to Mendes, clever, through to Novo. Thomson again. Just keeping possession neatly. With no particular place to go, seems to play to Darcheville and then tries to play the money ball. It's picked up easily. Comes McKinlay. It's a good pass on to Harkins. Harkins trying to get away from Thomson, but credit Kevin Thomson. He read it perfectly. Twaddle then picks the pocket of Bougherra. Some great tackling in this game. There's another from Thomson. McKinlay feeds it wide. Harkins waits up against Broadfoot. Twaddle will go on the overlap. Harkins wants to do it himself, and Davis interrupts the whole party. Boyd. Nowhere to go. Kevin McKinlay happy to rob on a 22-year-old from Stirling. Did it through to Mark Roberts. Not really getting the service that I know Mark Roberts likes, but he's very, very lively. Up front, Mark Roberts.
It's a horrible role, Paul, up front of the but he's had plenty of support, especially as the first half wore on. He got players forward to join in with him, but you're stuck up there yourself. And you're not getting great service up, you're just chasing things and you're tired, and usually in that role you just last an hour.
Head flick back and all the way through. Roberts can only flick it across onto Broadfoot. Darcheville, all he got was a sore head for his troubles. Battling away there was Ian Maxwell. Lafferty didn't like it though. Free kick Rangers. And they try and take it quickly. Steve Conroy, 41-year-old doctor. Working against Kilmarnock in the last round. No doubt enjoying himself here at Firhill. Davis, head off to Mendes. On to Davis on small, glanced over his shoulder before passing it up onto Boyd. Good touch. I'll tell you what, Joe Robertson came across at the perfect time. Rangers have the corner, and you could just see exactly what Boyd wanted to do.
Yes, Thistle getting pinned back again. Darcheville, Davis all involved. Great through ball to Boyd. Good touch, gets the ball away, but John Robertson tucking round there as good defenders doing, blocks it away.
Rangers corner, Broadfoot trying to find it. Come down onto McKeown. He might knock that back out towards Davis. He took the corner. And McKinlay felt he was being checked. He's a big man, he's got more strength than that. Mendes onto Boyd, offside. Definitely offside, tried to step back. Well, no numbers on the Rangers shorts, which is their style this season, but the rules of the competition state that numbers should be on the shorts of every team that takes part. We're playing under the league rules. SPL say you can have numbers on your shorts if you want. And a few SPL clubs this week have played without numbers on their shorts. It's just a little point. I'm sure Partick won't make any fuss about it.
CIS Cup shot, Rangers throwing out if they get through.
You're not trying to find a basis for Queen of the South, are you? The Cooperative Insurance Cup here at Firhill. Free kick goes against Harkins on the far side. Got spell down south with Grimsby. Spell with Boston as well. He started out at Blackburn. He's got plenty of talent. And he's certainly catching the eye tonight. Maxwell forward. Get it. Just came through Roberts, but just held off. Rowson loses out in the midfield. Robertson Donnelly, good header infield. Harkins waits for it, returns it to him. Rowson, shot to Donnelly. That's made the challenge. Harkins out to Tuffey. Back to Northern Ireland full international squad, Johnny Tuffey. There's a few gems here at Firhill. Donnelly fortunate to get it back. Looked on by Roberts. Storey can't bring it under control. David Weir with a slip. Ball bounces back on to Donnelly. Played in. Roberts hooks it across. Where on earth is Papac's going? Oh, in fact, it's Broadfoot coming in from that far side. Well, there's calmness in your 6-yard box, and Broadfoot had to be calm.
You can see David Weir coming out of the picture there, plays him on side. Roberts hooks it across. I don't know if he thinks, if he knows anybody's behind him. He takes 2 or 3 touches. McKinlay coming in. He takes another one. McKinlay wraps his foot around him and scores, but good defending all in all. He gets himself across and eventually gets it clear.
A long throw. Alexander comes for it. He was tempted. Maxwell swings the cross in again. And Bougherra knocks it out. And Partick up a first corner of the second half, and it's Rangers who are being tested.
Just looking at Thistle, I mean, they've got 9 players forward. They're just turning it with Rangers. Simon Storey's getting himself forward now, doesn't have to defend. 9 players forward in the box that time.
Well, which the goalkeeper will take very, very easily. Agreed. A couple of them tonight. Well, Alexander just felt a little bit of interference there. Brings it long. Novo waits for it. Storey loses out again. Needs some help. McKinlay came back. Storey almost gifted it away. McKinlay strong on the run. Checked. It's a good ball out wide. Mark Roberts, little twist, little turn, and he gets the free kick. Oh, very cute from Mark Roberts.
He's a good player. You know, he's got great skill, just lacks a yard of pace, but you get too tight on him, that's what he can do.
Well, they're trying to take it quickly. They'll be hauled back once more. Mark Roberts started against Morton at the weekend, but he's had 4 of 6 coming off the bench. He's been asked to play that specific role. He's done well so far. Set play. Back to Weir. McKeown into trouble. Mendes always seems to find time. Mendes onto Novo. Davis has made a run. Boyd's there too. Darcheville's the deepest to the left. Now Boyd moves across. Davis onto Darcheville. Will return it. Davis. He's got Maxwell in front of him. Has to turn it back. Broadfoot's there. Broadfoot tempting ball in. And that's a good header away. Novo, well, he was going for it. He had to go for it. The header came across from John Robertson, but he was fouling, and the free kick given.
Same 10 now. Thistle taking a turn and Rangers having a go. Novo doesn't know much about that. Tries an overhead kick, doesn't see what's behind him, and just kicks Ian Maxwell.
Harkins now popping up on the right. Into McKeown. Maxwell. McKinlay felt he was being fouled. The referee right there says play to continue, please. And that's a nice flick by Davis onto Broadfoot. Here's Mendes. Thistle are stretched. Mendes read by Storey and flicked on. Donnelly tries to send it wide. Bougherra's misread it. Opportunity for Thistle. Just for some reason, Mark Roberts ran into Bougherra. If he got past him, the world was his oyster.
I thought he was unlucky. I thought he knows that Bougherra's off balance. He tries to take it first time, catch him out. If he gets it past him, I'm sure he scores. Great ball by Donnelly, great spot. You can see Bougherra, he's off balance, first time past him, and he's in and goals. Unlucky.
End-to-end action in this cup tie. Cooperative Insurance Cup, 3rd round. Replaced in the quarter-final. Novo heads it in. Celtic confirm with Inverness and the United of Falkirk. all have their places booked. The draw is tomorrow. Weir played it forward, dropped down by Robertson. Storey down to Roberts. Infield onto Donnelly. And Mendes slides in. Ian McCall happy with the two managers?
Yeah, he is, because he's, these players are not having to defend too much. Storey's more comfortable going forward. He's really done well this second half on the ball, and also getting forward on the left-hand side, Twaddle. So they're comfortable, they're getting close forward. Rowson's holding a great position just midfield, because all he's doing is releasing McKeown and Gary Harkins all night.
Twaddle though makes the error. Davis heading for the byline in the box, pulled across. Good interception by Ian Maxwell. Steady at the back, the 33-year-old. Darcheville took a knock, seems to be okay once more. Out of Bougherra, trying to come forward, sliding challenge from Harkins. Davis looks ahead, a little tempting ball into Novo, back onto Mendes. Important touch away by Storey. It's a good game, it's enjoyable.
Yeah, it could go either way. Rangers are having a little spell, and then Thistle got the pitch and pinned Mendes back as well, so a knife edge.
Rangers have won the last 5 meetings at Firhill. 3 of 5 have been by a single goal. It's Thistle trying to find a way. Getting past Rangers again, having got on level terms. Bougherra forward, Maxwell up ahead of Boyd. Waits for Davis. Play again by Twaddle. Weir onto Davis. There's Nacho Novo, opened up for him slightly, decided to go down the left. Sends it on to Darcheville. Darcheville going for the byline, really got that across well. Plenty of pace. Safety first by Kevin McKinlay.
Does well, McKinlay tucks himself in. Darcheville and Storey just slides it quick. Either foot, great cross. But McKinlay's tucked himself away round there and got it clear for a corner.
Davis forward, Boyd up, won the header, and that's good defending by Storey. Jean-Claude Darcheville right behind him. This is a great angle to see it.
Giving Simon Storey a bit of stick tonight, but I'll tell you what, that's a great piece of defending. Gets himself in front, and Darcheville scores.
And we'll just fast forward the first half hour of the match when he goes home to watch it. We'll be enjoying what he's going to view later at the moment. McKinlay beaten. Bougherra sends it across, Boyd waiting for it. John Robertson with a touch. Now Simon Donnelly. Harkins has made a great run ahead of him. He has to play it to him. Harkins comes in, just can't get past Papac. The Thistle fans in front of us, absolutely enraged by that decision. The beating of Maxwell. I thought he was going to just try and knock the ball down outside the box for the runner for some reason. I thought there was going to be a man in advance of him that time, Billy.
Yeah, it's Mendes trying to get forward. I'm looking at it a lot. I'd like to see Darcheville getting up close to him, because he is winning a lot of flick-ons. He's holding it up well tonight. He's got his goal, but I'd like to see them play as a partnership more. Maybe Darcheville getting a little bit closer to him.
Storey, the Aussie, puts it forward and knocked out of play. There's been a goal at Fir Park. Motherwell had Chris Porter sent off after 45 minutes, and Hamilton have taken the lead. David Graham has scored there. It's Motherwell 0, Hamilton 1. And we'll be at Fir Park next week for European action. We're hoping for a bit of a boost ahead of it. It's not going their way this season. Darcheville. Davis is running through, it's just played behind him. Paul didn't have the pace. Darcheville with a strange little jump up in absolute frustration. Darcheville just hasn't looked sharp. No goals in his last 7. Storey looking for Roberts, easily won by Weir. McKeown neatly onto Twaddle. Feature man in the programme this evening, going to make a feature in the game. Moving forward, that's a good run by Twaddle, still going well tracked back. Again, superb defending. This is really good defending tonight.
It's a great match-up, isn't it? Because Twaddle's quite strong and aggressive, but Davis just matches him all the way.
Space for Rangers. Boyd on to Novo. Novo scored here last season. Well marshalled that time. Good break for Darcheville. Darcheville tries to lay it off. Here comes Mendes. The ball was won. Across from Mendes. It was an important challenge by David Rowson. To Novo again. Beaghera's made the run. He'll send it out wide for Mendes, who loads. Well, he got it out of the way pretty well, but the accuracy left a lot to be desired.
No, it wasn't great. Can do better than that. Gets the technique. His catch it goes over the bar, but Thistle watching him. Simon Storey again, putting his body in the way, just blocking everything. The players have given him a call, everything tonight. Simon Storey first, and then Rowson had to make the tackle on Mendes. He gets a touch. They're just giving their all.
Partick Thistle lost at this stage last season, 2-0 at home to Aberdeen. Aberdeen trailing at Rugby Park by 4-2. Motherwell trailing by a goal to nil at home to Hamilton. And here it's one apiece. Two cracking goals in the first half. McKinlay was caught fairly. It was well led by Maxwell. It's just not coming off for Jean-Claude Darcheville. And Macaulay Stout issuing some instructions. Donnelly on to Storey. Storey has to take on Papac. Drew Thomson in as well. Harkins is wide on the left-hand side. Short of writing a letter to Donnelly. I'm not sure what else he could do to get the ball. He's got it. What can he do with it? Trying to hold off Davis. Harkins strong. Back on to Donnelly. Back to Harkins. Harkins lays it off. Rowson thinks about the shots. Executed it well. Well blocked by David Weir. Flicked up by Mendes. Just too long. They've stuck to the task.
Harkins is everywhere. You know, as I said, he's sometimes central and he finds himself out in the right, and then he's off on a drive and run, and then he's tackling, and that time the left. And Davis matching well, and then he gets to break the ball. Little lovely 1-2, lays it for Rowson. It's a great strike. You just think he's had a great game tonight.
And the ball across by McKinlay, disappointing that time from Kevin McKinlay. Well, Gary Harkins, he scored in the last round against Dundee to get Partick Thistle here. And again, he's still had another good performance.
Well, if you're asking a midfielder to support a front man, you've got to have energy, and he's in an abundance of it tonight. As I just said, he's been all over the pitch.
Maxwell. Roberts goes across. Broadfoot picks out Mendes. Mendes challenged by Donnelly.
There's one thing they'll have to watch. Rowson's got to sit, because Mendes cheating a little bit, not taking himself right back. Thistle are on the attack, they're pulling players forward. That's 2 or 3 occasions now. Rangers have won the ball, it's a quick chip into him, and he's beyond the Thistle midfield. He's just getting into little areas.
Mendes started his season at Wembley in the Charity Shield, wants to go all the way to Hampden with Rangers in this competition. Weigera wanting to run the Algerian, going out wide. McKinlay comes across. The corner will be won. So again, Steve Davis goes across to prepare to take. 2 men on the line for Thistle, 1 on each post. David Weir comes up. Played deep. Knocked down, it comes for Weir. David Weir hooks it back across, no takers. That dreadful ball back from McKinlay, rescued by Harkins and knocked out of play. Well, they scored 3 times in this competition for Hearts. David Weir, a wee chance here too.
A great chance. That falls to maybe a striker, and like Boyd maybe scores, he screws it. And then McKinlay, all left foot, he hits it with his right foot straight to a Partick Thistle player. He's a bit lucky with his clearance here.
Later finish tonight, extra time and penalties, the possibility. Partick Thistle looking to beat Rangers for the first time here at Firhill since season 92-93. Novo on to Darcheville. Darcheville try and get it back to Novo. And John Robertson says, thanks very much. And now Simon Donnelly looks up. Mark Roberts is making the run. Donnelly was short. Papac, simple with the back heel. On to Thomson. Thistle have got a bit of problems here. Novo looks up. That's possibly the worst option of them all. Took it off John Robertson. Roberts saw the one in McKeown. And we'll get it. Scoops it up. Saturday afternoon action on the BBC. And you can join us on 4:30 BBC One Scotland. We'll have reporters at all the games. All the scorers and scorelines Saturday afternoon. Boyd. As far as Papac. Storey. Storey's well forward, so they have to take the long run back now against Broadfoot. Interchange by Rangers. McKeown just coming in for the wrong angle for the referee. And the free kick given. Just trying to reach around the corner. Davis looking for Boyd. That's by everybody. They looked good in the first half, Rangers up front. Novo worked hard. Boyd moved well. I think Darcheville dropped out of it. I'm sure that's occurred to Walter Smith.
Yeah, I think after matches for Darcheville, I think we could maybe make way at some stage. Maybe Beasley coming on the left, maybe Novo going up front to partner Boyd. We could certainly look at Kyle Lafferty for his height, maybe come on and playing against Simon Storey, but we certainly must be at this stage now fighting a bit of sub-Rangers.
You know, amongst the goals at the weekend, Stephen Davis 2. The Rangers have scored in back-to-back games this season. Davis on the ball. Just watching the substitutes warm up. Marcus Beasley is one of them. Back by Rowson. Well, one again in the middle of the field. Harkins does well. Breaks down to McKeown. And McKinlay. Well, the idea was right from Gary Harkins. Just a little bit too far that time. There we go. Lafferty, a little runabout and a stretch. We'll have to come up against Johnny Tuffey, a mate of his. Boyd moving through, trying to make something happen. The ball in field, Broadfoot tracking forwards, and the goal kick awarded. May well be Partick Thistle that might think about the first change. Chris Turner, 21-year-old Northern Irish player, is getting ready to come on. He was at Murray Park for a month. He was training with Rangers. He was on trial there. McCall watched one of the trial matches and decided that Rangers weren't going ahead with him. He'd offer him a contract, and that's what he's done.
If he came back and put them out the cup.
You can get storylines like it. Mark Roberts. Evening is over. The 32-year-old been top goal scorer at the club a couple of seasons. And he's told, you've done your job tonight. And he double checks that number, and these fans appreciate what Mark Roberts has done.
Lasted 70 minutes, given everything, went about. You said it's a horrible role. Hated playing that role myself, and you know, you just run about and give everything. He's done that, linked up quite well. Now Peter well undressed, Chris Turner on, and I think it's Simon Donnelly's turn now to go up front and do a little bit of running about.
And Mark Roberts can watch on. 22 goals a couple of seasons ago, the most for a Partick Thistle player since Mo Johnson scored that back in the early 80s. Jean-Claude Darcheville has played his last part in this match as well. Rangers and DeMarcus Beasley ready on the far side. He's been used off the bench this season. Jean-Claude Darcheville, just a second start. to Novo. Novo wanted the free kick, it wasn't coming. Turner gets his first touch. Rowson on to Twaddle. McKinlay sends it for Twaddle to chase. You have to whip it in first time. He did precisely that! And it's Gary Harkins who ends up in the back of the net and not the ball. But Chris Turner went for it.
That's your left back. That's a great give and go. Now what a cross. Mark Twaddle digs out as well. Chris Turner flying in there just on, showing his energy. He's inches away. What a cross.
Well, they just missed that shaven head of his, and Ian McCall was almost a masterstroke. And as the Rangers change, and go Darcheville off to Marcus Beasley. And his second appearance in this competition, played against Motherwell last term. Looked very out of sorts when I saw him against Kilmarnock. Here comes Turner. On to Harkins. Shaven head brigade reeks down. Harkins takes down Papac. Tries to hold up. On to Novo. That's played wide by Storey. There's very little Johnny Tuffey can do about it. Looks to be struggling a moment or two with a couple of the kicks. But he ran okay moving out.
As long as it's not his hands, just get a defender to go and take the by kicks.
Picked up by Storey. There's a cross, knocked on by Novo. McGregor tried to get there too, it's McKinlay. He stabs it clear, Papac. Papac across. Back out of play by Ian Maxwell. And this tie is neatly poised, so too the one at Fir Park. Motherwell have equalised. Jamie Murphy, fine young talent at Motherwell, has equalised. It's one apiece there. Motherwell down to 10 men though. Was Chris Porter just on half time. And there's obviously something wrong at Rugby Park. There's not been a goal there in the second half. Just a 6 in the first half. Perhaps the defences have just turned up. Here it's one apiece. Rangers. Oh, it was poor. McGregor and Thomson coming away in needless possession. It's most un-Rangers-like. And the longer this goes, as we approach the final 15 minutes, and all these home fans will have some hope. Rangers went shy of extra time last season in cup competitions. Papac closed down by Turner. Boyd is offside.
Holding a good line, Thistle. You see Boyd just want to go that yard early. Simon Storey's up, Robertson's up, Maxwell's up, Twaddle's up, holding a good line that time, playing at least a yard off.
Papac hands it forward. The league leaders in the SPL against second in Division 1. Rowson passed it. It's picked up eventually by Davis. Sends it for Novo. We call it Novo now just up front. Marcus Beasley being asked to do some supplying from this left-hand side. McKeown. And to David Rowson. John Robertson waits. McKinlay tried to flick on Donnelly and try and put pressure on Bougherra. Simply back to his goalkeeper. Boyd comes firing across, so to John Robertson, who took a head knock. Has to get back up. Maxwell to Twaddle. Tuffey, if he did have a problem, looks fine with a kick there. Weir sends it through and just too far. If you're Rangers, are you nervous?
Yeah, the game's died, and that can only suit Thistle. Getting to this stage, what, 76 minutes, and you know they're comfortable, and Rangers get no momentum about them at all in this second half. And you know, he needs something different. Maybe just get the ball down, start passing again, get some confidence, and work into good areas. But Thistle are right up on them and just break everything up.
1994, the last time that Rangers failed to reach the quarter-finals of this competition. It was Falkirk who took care of them. Partick Thistle in quarter-finals 6 years ago. There's Weir, puts the ball onto the roof of the stand. And Rangers might be rattled. They usually come through. And McCall knows that, just wants a bit more pressure from his side. Tries to battle for it. Doesn't quite break his way. Kevin Thomson. Check to go back, to go forward. Mendes. Looked kind of soft. There was contact. Novo has dropped off. Papac is up beside Boyd at the moment. Back to Davis. Novo space off to Mendes. Mendes returns it to him. And John Robertson read it absolutely perfectly. And Johnny Tuffey too. So his defender had done the job, but the ball away is a poor one. Davis forward. It's Maxwell's turn to slide in. Beasley's first touch. And it's not a great contribution. Now there's his second. And Donnelly looks up. Hooks it infield. McKeown is there. Almost ran into trouble. Storey digs deep. Thistle of players in the box. The cross didn't get there. Well, sometimes you come on as a sub, you want a good first touch, if not a good second touch. DeMarcus Beasley will be hoping for a good third touch.
Sure, his manager will be hoping that as well. Watched him the last couple of weeks, just not up to scratch, and finds himself out of the team tonight. But got a chance tonight, but that's not the way to start.
Storey with a throw. Settle for that, the home fans will settle for it too. And Ian Maxwell will come across. Papac looks on. One of the survivors from the Bottle of Ground era. Ian Maxwell with the long throw. Given away by Weir. Rowson. Back on to Maxwell. Lafferty wasn't a great ball in. An error by Weir. Thomson. Thompson's going to have to go for that. He slides away. Just not running right for Rangers. Can Thistle make them pay? Donnelly. Cross on to Harkins. Harkins almost away. It was McKinlay who was wide on that far side. He's getting the ball now. He was wide open. Davis was strong. McKinlay stronger. Still going, infield to Harkins. Harkins lays it back. Donnelly has to go the scenic route once more. Chris Turner. A spell with Derby, played in Ireland as well. Sent to the cross wide. And Partick Thistle have the throw. Well, you're supposed to have a happy birthday.
Sure, it's 46 years after tonight.
Can age you this game. Weir plays it forward. Boyd, it's a good head flick inside. Mendes, Beasley running with him. Novo 2. Well, betwixt and between.
But it's that area, isn't it? Again, straight away, he just cheats on him and gets beyond Rowson. He's in. Yeah, the pass is not great, but he just gets that 5-10 yards sooner or later. You know, he's going to hurt you. Just got to watch that. You know, if the two of them are going, Rowson's got to be make sure he's sitting there.
What on earth was Chris Turner doing? Nacho Novo. Novo going for it, trying to find the winning goal. He's going to get space. Rescued from a Partick Thistle point of view by Ian Maxwell. Well, Chris Turner, just a little brainstorm there.
He's turned inside and he sees two blue and he rolls it. Novo takes them all on, but great tackle from Maxwell. He matches them all the way. Those tackles sometimes win you matches.
Corner taken short and quick. Davis flipped it in. Johnny Tuffey says thanks, that's mine, and he'll try and get things moving with Simon Donnelly. 8 minutes to play at Firhill plus stoppage time. Extra time is looming.
Thistle were lucky with that corner because they switch off 2v1 for Rangers, and it's only Chris Turner that goes out. If you're two out there, you've got to get two out, one off the post. They don't do it, and they get a little bit lucky because again it was a pure cross.
Well, Rangers have previous against lower league opposition in this competition. St Johnstone, just a couple of seasons back. Rangers fans will shudder at the thought of the night of Ibrox. All the Gwen's men well beaten on the night. Here comes Novo. Right in the challenge, Rowson ahead of him. Novo on to Beasley. No magic forthcoming. Storey with a sliding challenge. Beaghera. On to Mendes. Kevin Thomson on the angle. Boyd looking for it. Sends it back across. What on earth was Twaddle doing that time? His goalkeeper had told him to leave it. And instead of having the balls in the hands of Johnny Tuffey, Rangers still have the ball on the attack.
They deal with it, that's the main thing.
Davis into the box. Two go for it. Maxwell and Robertson. The goalkeeper up. He's got a punch in. Well, Broadfoot didn't have to get out of the way. Here comes Davis. Davis flicks it across and Turner with a header away. Rangers captain side. The Partick Thistle half at the moment will take a break in their own and then bring it once more. And I thought they were going to try and swing it out wide to the right hand side. They decide to use the goalkeeper. Robertson just did enough to put off Chris Boyd. McKeown onto Turner, back onto McKeown. Play from Partick Thistle. Harkins into Donnelly. It's the script written for him to get the winner. Donnelly infield. Papac with the error, stretching for it again, and it's good play from Turner. Turner, well, he could have gone down, but he's decided to keep going. Here comes Storey. Takes a deflection off Papac. How was there a push on the back post? The home fans thought so. Ball back across. Goalkeeper comes. Good fist away. Davison only as far as number 8, David Rowson. Great action. Angled ball into the box, and that should be allowed just to move away. Now cut Broadfoot's challenge. Steve Conroy, to be fair, was in a good position.
All start from Storey again. In fine second half, sorted out defensively, got himself forward. Don't think it's a penalty. Broadfoot reading the situation, gets his body there. Thistle player trying to get in, but never a penalty for me.
Good shout from the ref. Thomson into Mendes. Rangers looking to try and find the goal to put Partick Thistle away and advance to the quarter-final stage. Partick have been dogged and some good football as well. Papac sends it forward. Over away by Maxwell. Flicked on by Harkins. Donnelly just sends it behind McKinlay. Donnelly goes in there again. Well, they got a touch on it. Play on, says the referee. Thomson goes it away. McKeown. That's great play. Storey back onto Robertson. Rangers have lost 3 second-half goals so far this season. They've all come in the last 5 minutes of the second half. They are vulnerable. Just how vulnerable are they going to be right now? Twaddle looks up into Donnelly. That's a brilliant flick from Donnelly. The goalkeeper comes out. Rowson is beaten. It comes back to Turner again. A great chances. Here comes Turner, driving for the byline. He needs some help. Storey's there. They play it on the angle to him. He does so. 4 in the box for Thistle. Storey went for glory.
It's a majestic touch from Donnelly, isn't it? Just a classy player. Ball into him, spots it on Rowson. In and goals. He's brave. So is Alexander. Rowson's hurt. Alexander, though, gets himself back up. Chris Turner's shot, and he does enough to block it away. Great goalkeeping, but great all-round play from Thistle.
David Rowson hasn't scored in this his second spell at Thistle. He nearly did. At the other end, it's Nacho Novo going through. Tuffey comes out, slides to make sure he put it out. Didn't do so. What a great cup time. Nacho Novo sends it in. Blocked by McKinlay. Sent outside the box. Twaddle tried to slide in. Big battling from Broadfoot onto Mendes. Can he finish it with his right foot? It's deflected. And Nacho knew Boyd was right on his shoulder. It's absolutely wide open, this one. Not wrong. Turner. What on earth is Turner doing? It's the second time he's turned inside. First time it was intercepted, second time he just pops it to his boss. I'm sure you didn't want it. Boyd through onto Novo. It's 2-on-2. Nacho Novo. Is it back onto Chris Boyd? No fairy tale finish this time from Chris Boyd.
It's good play from him initially. Held it up, rolled it into Novo, backs him up. He's not set, he's off balance. He's got to dig it out. Maybe better taking a touch, putting it wide, but being the striker he is, he's going to have a shot at goal there.
Getting McDowell, Walter Smith and the McCoys looking on. Certainly concerned, Ian McCall. He wants no platitudes or the plaudits. He simply wants to be in the quarter-final. Not too much added time, I'm sure. Will be played. We're inside. Final 90 seconds. Partick Thistle looking for that little chance that might come their way. The Rangers the Cooperative Insurance Cup. And the Rangers continue their impressive run into the quarter-finals. Good history of doing so. Here comes Mendes. Novo wanted it. It's entrusted to Beasley. Beasley plays it through. Boyd can't get there. Maxwell was in. And Robertson sends it high. If you like your football of the extra time variety, you may be about to get your wish. Broadfoot beaten to it. And Twaddle took the touch, but he's shown too much to Davis. Now Broadfoot. Rangers lining them up in the middle. Good block. And Lafferty just wanting a word, I think, possibly with Twaddle. He's just warning one or two players out there. No yellow cards in the match. We've played in good spirit. Here comes Nacho Novo. He's away. Novo to finish it. We're going to be packing up and going home if Nacho Novo had his goal-scoring boots on tonight.
Well, to be fair to him, his first touch is absolutely sublime. Great ball in from Davis, great touch. What's he got? Time to think again. Got to concentrate and getting over it. He doesn't. Skies over the bar.
Well, Clyde took Rangers to extra time in the CIS back in September 2005. St Johnstone knocked them out a year later. And the way it's going at the moment, extra time looming again, unless Rangers can find a winner. Good header away by Robertson, comes out wide, an unlikely source as Bougherra forward. Davis flicked it on, and Johnny Tuffey wasn't being beaten from there.
It shows you Rangers want to over. Was humped in the box, and Davis picks out the pass. Could have had the shot. Lovely pass to Bougherra, and just gets a header on it, but it's always going over.
Tuffey wants to watch in horror as the ball was played away. Novo, it's great from Maxwell. Novo. And the corner kick is one. Well, Partick Thistle almost shot themselves in the foot, the leg, the thigh, the works.
Oh, don't lose a goal after that. It's horrendous from Maxwell. Better be his injured goalkeeper taking it the distance he got that one, but Goes for the corner.
Rangers swing it across, Broadfoot gets it down, it comes down to Boyd! Somehow it's blocked, Tuffey in there, Beasley goes to ground as he slipped, and the ball goes behind, and the referee blows. The 90 minutes have produced 2 goals, it almost produced the winner. Down to Boyd, just went behind him, great play by Tuffey to block. "90 minutes of action, it's been a thrilling cup tie, and we're going to get an extra 30 minutes of it. Chris Boyd with the opening goal, equalised by Stephen McKeown, which was a cracking goal as well. And Walter Smith has some work to do, so too as Ian McCall. Well, the applause from Ali McCoix for his side, but Ian McCall will lead the applause. He brings them across to the middle. He gets some applause from the Partick fans as well. So after 90 minutes at Firhill, Partick Thistle 1, Rangers 1. Partick Thistle obviously needs some pastoral care as the chaplain comes on. Rangers perhaps need soothing a little bit more going to this extra time. Went to extra time last season against St Johnstone, against Dundee United and Fiorentina. Penalty kicks decided all 3 of those matches. Underway, the first period of extra time. As the guys said, will it be a mistake or a moment of magic? Chris Boyd looking for that magic. She's sent wide here, Maxwell with him. And the Rangers fans on the far side, well, they're encouraged by that.
Can't believe that. It's a definite corner. It's good strength by Boyd, takes a lovely touch, goes to hit a shot, and it's, to be fair to Maxwell, he sticks again to him, gets a tackle in, but it's a definite corner. Boyd can't believe it.
Robertson forward, Weir with the header. The Rangers not having European football to worry about. Cooperative Insurance Cup takes on that added spice for them. Certainly to go out 2 competitions by September would make for a happy time round Ibrox Way. Thistle have been here before, taken an SPL side in the shape of Inverness Cali Thistle to extra time and got through in a cup tie. Forward from Weir, Maxwell, good header, had to get there, just a little flick back. His goalkeeper showing all his experience tonight, Ian Maxwell.
Well, he needed the touch because Novo got himself off Mark Twaddle on the right hand side, and if he doesn't get the touch, Novo reaches it and ends up as great defending.
Offside flag up. Brian McGarry's had easier nights, had easier crowds to deal with. Look right that. Full time at Rugby Park, a very disappointing second half. But what a first half. 4-2, 6 goals. Kilmarnock are through. And Kilmarnock 4, Aberdeen 2. Long looking for Nacho Noble. Kevin Thomson. Comes Papac, moves it past Turner. Turner beaten, Papac still going. Papac not on his favoured side, but he'll dink it through for Boyd, shouts for handball, referee not convinced. Beasley, time for a bit of twisting and turning, floats it up to the back post. Broadfoot, easily done away in the end by Ian Maxwell. We've seen this part of the match before. Rangers getting possession, Partick unable to get out. It's Kevin Thomson. Thomson with a pirouette, tries to get on to Beasley. Beasley has it, looks up, it's very, very deep.
It's good initial play from him, gets himself away from Simon Storey, gets inside him, nicks it. Just a quality ball, he's too close, he's got to blast it across here. Tries to lift it, but he lifts it too far.
Walter Smith approaching 100 games in charge in his second spell at Ibrox. Not enjoying what he's seeing so far. Maxwell with a long throw. Davis comes in field. Thomson forward, Mendes rather stood on it. And Chris Turner does play the pass this time, short to the substitute, Scott Chaplain. Turner again. It's on to Papac. Just how badly have Rangers missed Kenny Miller tonight?
Well, he was sharp, so I thought he was man of the match on Saturday. Played really well, looked sharp. And with Darcheville off the pace, I just think that they have missed him a lot. He's intelligent, he was so short. And, you know, he's got a couple of goals to his name. Certainly got a few chances Saturday, missed him, but they've certainly missed him tonight.
Pedro Mendes. And it comes on to Sasa Papac. Looking for Beasley. Storey's looked much more comfortable in the second half. But for some reason he tried to go into reverse. Beasley plays it across, and quite rightly the referee brings it back. It was a free kick. A moment of madness by Storey, and the referee's decided that merited a yellow card.
Yeah, uncouth, he probably just saying how well he's playing and then gives it away, but it's good referee in that one, as the pass is gone, but he's pulling him back, and if he isn't pulling him back, he's probably hits a better pass, so he's got to pull it back and give him a free kick.
First yellow card of the competition for Partick Thistle. Fairly conclusive. Davis. Boyd and Weir are both up. Bougherra 2. Solid header away. Robertson getting in there. And Chaplain sends it away. Thomson will be robbed by Harkins. Now he tugs the jersey. Referee will bring that one back for the yellow card, I'm sure. As again, Thomson goes after the jersey. Harkins does superbly well. It's still Harkins going in, trying to play it across the Chaplain. Shout for handball, but the ball was right in at the man.
Not a bad run, though. Determination. Thomson can't live with him. Just a final ball lets him down.
That'd be a good one after 6 minutes of the match. Never mind 6 minutes of extra time. Bags of energy. Beasley on to Davis. Comes Kevin Thomson. So not hate relationship with this competition. Will that continue? Be more on the balance and the displeasure. Davis was twisting and turning, but Novo couldn't get there. Moves offering forward. Beasley's got the touch from Storey. Storey had to be careful. Beasley's away from him. Boyd wants it. It's pulled back, and Novo ended up on the ground. Just seemed to stumble. Back with Mendes. Mendes forward. Flag stayed down. Didn't reach through to Nacho Novo. Bougherra misread that, so too did Simon Donnelly. If he'd nipped in behind there, he was off.
Tried to run up his back. Just Bougherra, big and strong. Good play from Boyd. He came out there, let Novo get on with it.
Angle ball, Nacho Novo again. Great from Papac. Lovely pass. Ball's out of play. And the referee, I don't think, has forgotten Kevin Thomson. Oh, you can't fool the good doctor. And he's booked for the tug on the jersey. Oh, Gary Harkins and Kevin Thomson can have a smile about it. Change is going to be made. It's the third and final one for Partick Thistle. Simon Donnelly has won his race. The fresh legs of Damon Gray. Good play from Simon Donnelly. The home fans certainly appreciate that. Spent a lot of last season injured after being injured at Almond Vale. But Damon Gray, at 20 years old, has scored for Hibs, he's scored for Thistle, and has scored against Rangers, of course, that Scottish Cup goal. Price another one tonight. Here comes Davis. Davis moving through. Nacho Novo. Is it fourth time lucky for Nacho Novo? He must have done something bad to a black cat in the last couple of weeks.
How many opportunities? But again, it's just that little area. Mendes, Davis, it's cleared by the Rangers defence. They pick up, he drives a lovely little ball through. Novo got to hit the target, misses it altogether.
He's got 5 League Cup goals for Rangers. It might be a slight exaggeration to say he could have had another 5 tonight. But certainly he's had 4 chances that he should have scored with.
Yeah, he at least worked the goalkeeper, but a couple of occasions over the bar, and that one dragged wide of the post. You've got to hit the target. It's not been matching Novo's night.
Ian Maxwell was off kicking duty there. It was John Robertson. And Johnny Tuffey will try and repel anything that comes his way. The moment you go to extra time, of course, you start to think about penalty kicks. And one of the goalkeepers becoming the hero. Down into Turner. Both sets of fans really getting into this cup tie now. Rangers fans behind the goal, defended by Neil Alexander and David Weir, trying to encourage their side forward. Boyd with a head flick on. Tuffey wants that played back to him. There's a little stutter in his step. Well, they've played all the 3 subs. Johnny Tuffey will have to see the game out.
That time he takes the sandwich instead of the driver, just takes it easy, just chips out the pitch.
To Thomson, Weir, and just certainly getting the bodies forward again. Papac lays it off onto Beasley. Robertson comes out. Beasley, quick transfer into the box. Played in field by Kevin McKinlay. Gary Harkins up well, has to get the second ball. He does so. Damon Gray loses out to Bougherra. Here comes Beasley. On to Papac. Papac, it's a poor ball straight to Maxwell. Simon Storey. Damon Gray just allowed Weir to move in behind him. And they'll try and close down Neil Alexander. Boyd up ahead Robertson that time. Storey got the ball down. Poked through onto Chris Turner. Turner back to Storey. Tricky start to the match. He's been booked for the first time this season. Simon Storey typifying the way Thistle are playing. Still trying to get forward. Kevin McKinlay. Harkins to chase. And Bougherra was clever. With David Weir. Weir sends it wide. Thomson had to check. Bougherra infield. Rangers trying to find a way through. Pedro Mendes. Mendes on to Papac. Forward. Gray now trying to play that lone striker role almost. See what quality ball comes his way, but at the other end it's Nacho. Novo has it from the long pass. Novo cracks it across, and that's good play from Robertson to make sure that went behind. That's not an easy skill. He managed it.
They had to do something because he was the one that stayed deep. Maxwell steps up, as you see here. Robertson stays deep. Plays Novo on. He's got to drive in there, but Robertson does the right thing. Once he decides to stay deep, he's the first man there, boots it clear.
Corner, Tuffey came, the ball got knocked away. Disappointment for Kirk Broadfoot, scored from a corner for Scotland. They can't do it for Rangers tonight. Difficult one when you know the goalkeeper's a little bit hurt. He came for it, immediately went back, a little bit stranded. Just wondering if he'd be better off just staying on his line for the corners.
I would think so. If it was Rangers or Walter Smith or McKeown, one of the strikers just to be right on his toes and not let him come anyway, because any free headers usually end up in the net.
Neil Alexander played a couple of times in the League Cup for Livingston, a clean sheet against Dumbarton. Lost a couple of goals against Hearts. He's lost one in his Rangers League Cup debut. McKinlay sends it for Gray. Partick Thistle trying to pick up again through McKinlay. Turn up. Dunno went past Davis. Two Irishmen in the middle of the park. Davis lays it off for Beasley. Novo's wide on the right. He's taking refuge away from the penalty box. Last minute of the first half of the additional time. It's passed quickly. Papac on to Davis. Should be an easy one for Turner to play away. Gray tries to get there. May break for Harkins. And now Chaplain against Bougherra. McGregor makes sure he plays it back to his goalkeeper. The ring ball from Alexander. Robertson steps in front of Boyd to win it well. Header on by Rowson. Gray tried to win it. Comes down to Chaplain. Sends it wide for McKinlay. High in the air. Oh, that's going to be a free kick. There's been a goal for Park. Stephen Etienne has scored for Hamilton. It's his first goal for Hamilton, and they lead by 2-1. It's 10-man Motherwell. So the half-time whistle goes in extra time. Nacho Novo again, the man who makes the headlines for the wrong reasons. He could have won it for Rangers in 90 Billy, he could have won it for Rangers in 105 in theory. Obviously Partick have the right of reply. You get the feeling if Rangers were to get ahead, it'd be tough for Thistle to come back again.
Well, the one thing they have showed is spirit. It wouldn't surprise them to get back in it, but Novo's had a chance to kill them off. It's not been his night. His movement's been brilliant, though. Let's give him some credit to get himself into those positions. As a striker, you've got to work the goalkeeper. If you don't hit the target, you're never scoring a goal. And it's not been Nacho's nights so far, but good movement, great game. And Thistle are right in this. Even if they go a goal down, you see with their team spirit, they're in it for their manager. They're getting up on the game. Great tackles, great energy. And if they can keep this going, it'll be a long night for Rangers.
Ian McCall called it right tonight as he plotted the right way to play against Rangers.
Well, I think he made it tight. He's played a 4-5-1. Not give Rangers any room, especially in midfield. We know what Mendes and Davis can do. And as the game's gone on, that's when he's opened up. He's got his wide players forward and McKinlay and Donnelly to start with. Now Gray's on, he's brought on freshness. So far so good for Ian McCall and his troops.
Well, a great ovation by the home fans, the away fans responding kind. You see the number 15 there, Scott Chaplain. We are 15 minutes away from penalty kicks. With 15 minutes of football to find the winner. Ball comes down on to McKinlay. Spun away. Here's Gray. Harkins has come in the box. Cut out by Weir. Cleared away by Beasley. Breaks off Gary Harkins as well. Gary Harkins, look at these fit-looking players, natural players. He does look like he could run all day. And some.
And night. He's just unbelievable energy. And Steve McKeown, to be fair, Chaplain coming on. And that was a great turn by Damien Gray on top of that. Beasley getting himself too tight. You get tight, and strikers will turn you, and that's exactly what happened.
Gray battling for the ball. Started off his first choice this season, Damon Gray. He's played 2 of the last 3. I'm really disappointed to start on the bench tonight. But he's on, he's got his chance. Got these 4 goals this season. He's on the ball now, Bougherra with him. Bougherra played in the League Cup down south last season. He was on the wrong end of a shot. Charlton lost to Luton. He doesn't want to be on the end of a shot tonight. Plenty of tired limbs out there. Damon Gray tries to pop up, beats Weir. Bougherra in behind. Davis moves backwards, infield. Bougherra onto Broadfoot. Broadfoot sends it forward onto Novo. McKinlay in there. Will be switching across to BBC 2 before 10 o'clock. We'll keep you up to date with what's happening though. Here comes Gary Harkins. Harkins tries to go through Weir. Ball breaks back onto Bougherra. Harkins was looking for a decision there. I didn't think there was one to be had.
Well, he just tried to bust through. It was a great play from Damon Gray, linking him in there, but it's him again, just getting himself forward. I don't know where he finds the energy from.
Forward it goes. Damon Gray. Damon Gray. Back onto McKinlay. McKinlay infield. Here's Chaplain. Chaplain forward. It's neatly done. Turner. Turner still turning. Now Gray. Partick Thistle was so eager. Turner for the shot.
Just like the finish. Rangers-esque, you know, the passes are picking out. It's brilliant. Just rolling it into feet, working at the midfield, hit the strike at the edge of the box, laid back, and it's a strike. It's just not a great strike.
Rowson hooks the ball away. Rangers and Partick Thistle. Here comes McKinlay. McKinlay moving forward. Here comes Gary Harkins. Harkins strokes the ball through. That's a good solid challenge. And Kevin Thomson and McKinlay face to face. Well, they have a little bump too. Well, the ball was won. And the throw in as a result of it. Kevin Thomson trying to specify the effort required. Ian Maxwell. It's a long throw up. Little head flick on Kevin McKinlay, sends it across. Came so close, and Ian McCall knows it. Also close from Kevin McKinlay, but it wasn't to be that time, just wide.
That's a combination of Maxwell, Twaddle, flicks it on. Just wide of the post.
10 minutes to play. Partick Thistle 1, Rangers 1. Rangers preparing a change. Kyle Lafferty is going to get the call. That's a delightful flick by McKinlay. Here comes Twaddle. Twaddle twisting, turning, trying to take on Broadfoot. Bougherra has to come across to bail him out. And Twaddle goes down to make the challenge. Good from Broadfoot, just moved in there, but got the help that he needed when he needed it.
Yeah, Bougherra getting himself across. Just great energy from Twaddle again. But Bougherra getting himself there, just blocks it away.
Kyle Lafferty will make his League Cup debut as Novo, who scored 5 goals in this competition in 10 previous appearances for Rangers. He's had plenty of chances tonight, but it just wasn't his night. Great movement, as Billy Dodds mentioned earlier. But he scored on this ground in the Scottish Cup. He can't do so in the League Cup, and Kyle Lafferty has the chance to become an instant hit in this competition. The holders are struggling as Harkins plays the ball onto McKinlay. Harkins again. Bougherra with a challenge. He's confident that's going to go to Rangers. But it is going to be a corner kick. There are times you just don't want to gamble or take a chance, and that was one of them. You should have just got after it and played it.
Yeah, I think he's trying to kid the referee on. The old one, get your hand up and then stop, and then suddenly realise it might hit the corner flag and then go again, but goes against him. It's corner Thistle.
Partick Thistle with 8 minutes left to play. Delivered across easily away by Lafferty. It's a good little chip ball back in. Harkins. 3 defend it for Rangers. McKinlay back in once more. Too many players coming back from an offside position. There's Alexander. Hunts it forward for Marcus Beasley. Couldn't get anywhere. And remember, the goalkeeper has got a knock. Doesn't really want to be doing that. Thomson slides in off the sole of the boot. Turner, infield. Good play. Gray. Partick Thistle. Rangers temporarily on the rack. McKinlay looks as tired as some of them out there. Rowson infield. Chaplain. And Storey. Infield again to Chaplain. Chaplain is far too close to the goalkeeper. He'll comfortably take. The tale of penalties is fast looming. Unless in the last half of the second half of extra time, either Partick Thistle or Rangers can find a way to make that quarter-final berth their own. Papac into the box. Another away by Robertson. McKinlay comes across. He's got the presence to beat Beasley. Thumped away by Twaddle.
Rangers gone 4-3-3, Paul. Marcus Beasley on the right, Boyd through the middle. Kyle Lafferty away to the left.
Rangers have got a fantastic record in penalty shootouts, but you've got to wonder if your luck's going to desert you at some point, or your fortune. Thomson with a challenge. Well, he was the only Rangers player to be yellow carded so far. There wasn't much doubt he was going to get into any trouble for that. Just battling hard. So far so good for Steve Conroy. I feel he's had a good night. Partick Thistle have never won a League Cup tie for Hill against Rangers. They're looking for that chance. Gray loses out to Bougherra. Beasley brought that down well. Boyd's to his right. Beasley coming down the middle. Robertson sitting off him. Boyd. Well, he's got a touch of the Novos about him at the moment.
It's brilliant from Beasley. You know, it's a great touch, and he shows his pace this time. Busts through, rolls it to Boyd. He's got to concentrate and keep it down. But you're right, Paul, as Novo did. Just gets under it and skies over the crossbar.
You just wonder, Billy, they've had the chances through Nacho Novo. Not so obvious through Chris Boyd, although he should have worked the goalkeeper there. If it could be Partick Thistle's night. Gray goes after it, Bougherra hooks it away. Chaplain did well. It's down to Weir once more. Storey slid in. 5 minutes to play. If you think the extra time is tense, let's see what happens should it go to penalties. Been over 13 years since these sides drew here at Firhill. And drew back in January '95. They drew one apiece on that occasion. One apiece tonight. McKinlay makes the error. Beasley goes in. Mendes will stab it. That's beautiful from Pedro Mendes. It's tough on Thistle. The mistake by McKinlay. And Mendes makes them pay. Beautiful goal, curled in. It's been a game of great goals. Pedro Mendes adds his name to the list.
You're right with great goals. But it's just, Craig Levine said in the studio, is it going to come from a mistake? McKinlay just falling over another player there. The ball breaks to Beasley, knocks it through to Mendes. He's still got so much to do, but a player of that class spots that far corner, outside of the right boot, and that's a sublime finish.
That is what £3 million can buy you. Marvellous from Mendes. And the fans enjoyed it too. It's hard on Partick Thistle, but it was an error. Kevin McKinlay slid in there. Kevin Twaddle couldn't get it. They've come from behind once. Can they do it a second time? Time is no longer their friend. Forward by Twaddle. Well, it's a mark of a good team. They find a way to win, and Ian McCall will be distraught. Absolutely distraught. Quality of the finish not in dispute. We will argue that the Rangers shouldn't have had the chance.
3 of the best goals, and that is a mistake. It's unfortunate. Tiredness at this stage in the game. Sometimes you just got to get boot through. He tries to take a touch, falls over the player, but let's not take anything away from Mendes. All the other 2 goals in this match, absolutely fantastic finishes.
Chaplain moves forward with several of these Partick Thistle players who've enhanced their reputation tonight. They play Livingston, the league leaders, at the weekend. As the ball just gets chipped back and Neil Alexander will come together. Just been 2 knockout ties between these sides. Of the previous 10 meetings, 8 were sectional. Of the knockout matches, they've won 1 apiece. Looked like we were going to get the draw. We still could. Rangers ahead. McKinlay looking to atone. It's too long, Bougherra. Good play from Harkins. He had to go for it. It is a goal kick. I'm not sure what Bougherra's got a problem with. Harkins simply had to try and keep that in, Billy.
Perfectly intended to do that. I thought it was a great challenge from Harkins. Wraps his leg round him, and Bougherra not happy. Squares up to him, but Harkins not going to give you time to roll that out.
Well, it's McKinlay, just touches it on. Twaddle couldn't get there. Delicate from Beasley. And right foot, right on.
He just tries to cut out the task, doesn't he? He gets in Twaddle's way and breaks to Beasley. It's a nice ball through, but we've witnessed players in that position all night. And then you get the classy one, and where does it end up? Right in the top corner.
There's set to be no penalties due to Pedro. Johnny Tuffey wants somebody to come and take it. He can't kick it. 1 minute will be additional minute after that. It's the charge for Partick Thistle. Bougherra sends it wide. Papac onto Lafferty, who's barely had a touch since coming on. Tuffey comes from goal. And Storey has to go across. Excellent from Storey to get it away, but he could only find Thomson. Now Lafferty. Storey took a sore one. Lafferty continues. Ball breaks on to Davis. This will temporarily down to 10. And Davis just couldn't get on target.
A thumping tackle on that far side. It was Chris Turner tackling his own player. Gets a sore one. Simon Storey eventually comes in. But as we've witnessed all night, it's just another shot over the bar.
Well, the Rangers fans think this one's over. They're heading for the exits. They'll be satisfied, but they won't be happy. Pedro Mendes, the man who's made the difference. Inside the final minute. Rowson down onto Harkins. Harkins. Rowson infield. Here's Turner. That will break through. Rowson tries to send it on for Gray. Rangers will just clear the line any which way they can. It has to be thumped forward. It has to go long. Maxwell's up. And it's going to go all the way. It's going to be a throw. Oh, it's hard on Partick. Rangers have had the chances to win the match. They finally took one. Partick Thistle beaten in 5 cup ties this season. They'll bite the dust in this one. It's all over it for Hill. Well, Partick Thistle will quite rightly get their share of the plaudits. But all they wanted tonight was to put out Rangers. They had the opportunity to do so. They fought so hard. But Pedro Mendes is the man who makes Ali McCoist a happy man on his birthday. Walter Smith and Ali McCoist. No, they've been in a tough race, and Ian McCall. You have to feel for Ian McCall tonight.
He'll be distraught. Players have given him everything, got themselves well in the match, looked comfortable at times, and then suddenly to lose that last goal. But it was a great finish, and a finish worthy of winning this match.
3 great goals in the match. Pedro Mendes capped it all off, and Pedro Mendes is the hero, and that's why Rangers will go through to the quarter-final of the Cooperative Insurance Cup. It's finished here at Firhill tonight after extra time. Partick Thistle 1, Rangers 2.